Hi there, everyone. I appreciate you coming to Ace My Course YouTube channel and maybe even our website, depending on where you found this. But I wanted to speak a word about why we do what we do. So I'm the owner, Jennifer Whitaker, and I founded this company in April of 2011 after I made it known in the local area that not only was I a tutorer, but I'm also disabled. I just choose to not let it stop me. I gotta admit, there's plenty of hurdles in it. I've had times where I've tried to work certain jobs, I couldn't do it, but I can't go on disability because I can function to enough degree to at least have the job I do. Um, but with that, I have attracted a lot of families and that have, or they themselves are, disabled in some degree or another. My passion is teaching these kids because I have autism, epilepsy, bipolar, social anxiety disorder, epilepsy, well, really a long list of stuff. And I could easily be sent on disability if I really cared to file for the fact that I can only work part time. Which a lot of people think, well, you must be lazy if you're a business owner that doesn't work full time. In reality, the clients I have and the ones I've seen, and even those I want, if you or someone in your family has a condition but is in school or struggling to develop skills or doesn't have skills they need for the job. But one thing I want you to know is these things should never stop you. I get depressed time to time because I go on missions, try to get things done. They don't go through, they're not successful, but we all fail in some way or another. But there's going to be a way that we succeed. Everybody has their talent. There's some people that have disabilities that impair them cognitively, but they do excellent jobs as customer service reps or doing the bagging at grocery stores and stuff. So even if you don't end up making big money, I still don't see that you should let that stop you. To be rich versus to be able to work at all. Kind of talking two different things here. But I enjoy teaching kids, especially when they are ones in similar shoes to mine. And I have seen so many times where I'll be tutoring a kid that the mom doesn't want me to meet them at Starbucks, even though that's where I meet pretty much all my clients, since with my epilepsy, I can't drive. Um, I've seen parents say, no, we can't meet at Starbucks because he's got ADD or ADHD. He won't focus. But I have my way. Every single time a parent says that, I always convince them to let me just try one day, one short hour, whatever, just one time. Every single time, the kid ends up really zoned in, focused, and already has achieved learning stuff that he's maybe tried with other tutors or with his teacher that he couldn't even learn in 7 days, and I got it through in an hour. Or usually a lot more than just that one thing. But if you do things the right way, especially when it comes to being taught by somebody who's been in your shoes or been in shoes worse than yours, then you will realize you can be successful. And I would love to teach anybody that's listening to this, because if you have that struggle, if you're going to quit, give up, you've tried too hard, then even if you've never been diagnosed, that doesn't mean you couldn't have something that's the reason you're struggling. But do you really have to be disabled to need tutoring? No. But would you have to be disabled for me to want to tutor you? No. But I just want you to know, for those of you that do have conditions like mine, don't let them stop you. I'm actually in process of contacting traditional publishers right now. And while at the same time holding specials, I have a coupon on Groupon.com where you can go to get a special that's 50% off of my tutoring services for a month. Even with all my disabilities, I also do IDEA licensing. For those of you that are familiar with that, I time to time do investments and other things that are passive sources of income. I even make, you'll see on other videos where I've done introductions on tutorials that I make that are courses on places like udemy.com, or you can find on my website, acemycourse.net. And as I mentioned about looking for traditional publishers, well, that's because I don't want to have to do all the marketing. But really, my heart is in the writing. And the writing I do is the same thing I do teaching. I guide you on how to overcome certain things, in addition to how to be successful in education, in your career, your goals in life in general, for even those of us who can't work. I mean, what's to say you may not want to paint your wall or do something that's still a goal to achieve, even though it won't necessarily turn out to be money in return. Um, but I just wanted everybody to know that, I have plenty of people around here in Katy, Texas, the west part of Houston, that make fun of me, and they talk pretty derogatory about me because of the fact that I have my conditions, and I'll be in the middle of Starbucks trying to deal with a bill or something that's not a client, but it has to do with my personal life. And they'll upset me. I can start yelling because of my bipolar, but then I have to come back to myself and be like, okay, where am I? Is this appropriate? How do I deal with this? But there's so many people, they know I'm a tutor, they've seen me struggle with these conditions, and they talk bad about me. But I still keep pushing on. Yeah, it depresses me time to time, and I try not to let it do that to me. But these are the kind of people that usually they're not successful. Maybe they don't have a hurdle, and they're jealous of the fact that you have a hurdle, yet you're already better off than them in whatever form or way, or so that's what they think. But it is hard. These people making fun of me, I even grew up being bullied. And that was out of people not understanding my epilepsy. So I'd be passing out, going unconscious, having my seizures, wake up kicked around on another side of the room. I even had head injuries from where I had been hurt to such degrees. But the truth, I never let it stop me. And I, as a tutor, want to help and make sure it doesn't stop you. Whether you want advice, whether you want to open a company and I can give you business consulting, or you need some ideas of a business and I can do some idea licensing deals with you, or you're a student or want to learn new skills, I can help you in any way, from tutoring to teach you the material to I have books available I can make available to you, and I offer discount prices when you buy it directly from me as opposed to a store or Amazon or somewhere like that, even though it is all over the web. I have books like Dealing with Autism, What is Epilepsy, Emotional Roller Coaster, Young Adulthood, that's a collection of poetry. All of these are books, and honestly, I've got a long list of ones still underway. But they're all books that can help us all in some way or another, that all go back to the fact that I'm disabled, and here's what I dealt with. Here's how I overcame it. Here's how I continue to press on. And for those of you who are the people that make fun of me, talk bad about me, just know not even you will stop me. Yeah, you'll get me depressed, but you're not going to stop me. And for those of you who are in my shoes, don't let it stop you either. We all are important people in this world in some way or another. For those of you who may not be Christians, you may not like me to say that we are all equal in the eyes of God. But if you want to think of it as we're equal human beings in the U.S. with equal rights and equal opportunities should be there, no matter how much you struggle or in what way. I just wish I could be there and help you in some way or another, whether it's my books, it's my tutoring, consulting, giving you ideas for idea licensing deals, whatever. My passion is in helping others. I have so many different backgrounds. I'm pretty much an all hats businesswoman and educator in the same. And my passion is helping people, but especially those who have conditions like mine. And for you to know that you shouldn't let it stop you any more than I let it stop me. I still struggle, but it still didn't stop me. And that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate goal in life. Don't let it stop you, and keep striving for your dreams.